so done with dating. I'm so done with casual dating. I'm so done with trying to find the love of my life. Like, bro, I'm 30 years old. I'm 30 years old. And these men in 2026 are not doing it for me.
More men are quietly checking out of dating, and a big reason is that more of them no longer believe modern women are worth pursuing in the old way. That sounds harsh, but from the male side, that is increasingly how the situation is being framed. A lot of men feel like the effort required now is too high, the expectations are too one-sided, and the reward is too uncertain. They are expected to initiate, impress, spend money, read signals perfectly, stay confident through rejection, and still somehow avoid being seen as awkward, broke, needy, or not enough. So instead of chasing, more men are focusing on themselves, their work, their routines, their money, their peace. And what makes this topic interesting is that many women are noticing the change, but instead of asking why men pulled back, they often just complain that men are not stepping up anymore. That is the gap this video is really about. Women still want pursuit, but more men are starting to think pursuit is no longer a smart investment.
Here's one of the problems with dating in our society right now is that when you're on a walk, doesn't matter where, you can be like in the cutest area, the cutest, hottest people hang out there, and you're just like walking, and then you see a hot guy approaching, and he's wearing a hat and sunglasses, and you know he sees you, and you see him, and then the closer you get, you're like getting ready to be like, you know, not that that will get you really anywhere, because who's stopping to be like, stop, your smile was so amazing, I have to flirt with you. Could happen, you never know. So anyways, you're getting close, the moment's building, and then you finally get close, and you look up to see the guy, and he looks at his phone. It's like, that was your moment, dude. That was your moment to stare me in the eye and just be like, I think you're cute. But no, you have to look at your phone because you're like, pussy ass bitch. Along with the no phone parties that I'm obsessed with, I think we should do no phone walks. Even though I'm on my phone right now talking to my camera, no one's stopping me. But you know what? I see no one. I bet you if I walk past someone right now while I'm talking, I'm gonna say, hi, how are you? What's wrong with hi, how are you? There's really nothing wrong with it. I mean, I did just see a really hot guy, and that was what triggered this whole thought, because we saw each other. We were both looking cool, and then the moment approached and I looked and he looked down. Fuck. That might be the key source in one of the areas that are wrong with dating right now. I just wanna say it. I'm putting it out there. Let me know what you think. Would you stop and say hi to someone on a walk?
This first clip is a perfect example of female confusion about what is happening in real time. The woman is saying men keep walking by her, hesitating, and then chickening out instead of approaching. From her perspective, it looks weak. It looks like men have no confidence anymore. It looks like they want to say something but cannot follow through. But from the male side, this is not always fear for no reason. A lot of men are calculating risk in real time. They are thinking about rejection, embarrassment, public humiliation, and whether the approach will even be welcomed. So what she sees as men folding under pressure, a lot of men see as avoiding an unnecessary gamble. Women constantly say they want men to approach, but in practice, the men they do not like get labeled creeps, weirdos, or bothersome, while the men they are attracted to get called confident, charismatic, and bold for doing the exact same thing. Men see that pattern. They understand that approach culture is not judged equally. It is not really about whether a man approached. It is often about whether she liked him first. So more men are deciding not to take that risk at all. They would rather protect their pride and keep moving than gamble on becoming a joke, a story, or a problem, just because they misread the situation. That is why women see hesitation now. Men are not blind. They are adapting to an environment where one man's confidence is another woman's creep, depending entirely on how he is received.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not about to sit like here and lie like everybody else who come up on here and lie. But if we're in a relationship or we're dealing with each other or whatever, in whichever way that we're dealing with each other, you have to be a provider before you think you're about to get any of my energy or anything out of me. And I simply say this not even on no like prostitute type of terming, but it's just a simple fact that if you feel comfortable enough asking me to give you some type of pleasure, I should be able to come to you and ask you for anything. Because it's like a nigga will ask you for some and then not want to hear you ask them for some money. It's like you want some and I want some money. And it's like it's just like the two don't like, it's like they don't like that question. And it's like, why do you think I like that question? Like, if I can't call you and tell you I'm hungry and not get nothing, or if I'm not with you and I'm hungry and you can't feed me, or if I ask you for something and you can't do it, it's just like, but you want me to do all of these things, and you want me to do this, and you want me to share my energy with you, and you want me to be around you, you want me to be in your face. I'm sorry, but growing up, I was taught that a man was supposed to provide. Like, my money is my money, his money is our money.
That mindset tells men exactly what kind of exchange they are stepping into. It frames dating less like mutual connection and more like a transaction, where the man has to qualify financially before he even gets basic interest. And once enough men hear that message over and over, they stop seeing dating as romance and start seeing it as another bill. They want money, stability, effort, and resources, but do not seem to think they should bring much back besides their presence. That is the problem. Men are being told they have to provide, but many of them no longer believe the exchange is balanced. If a man feels like he is being judged mainly by what he can fund, while getting very little peace, loyalty, or genuine value in return, then checking out starts to make sense. It stops feeling like bitterness and starts feeling like common sense. And the broader dating data actually fits this storyline more than people think. Around 30 to 37% of US adults have used a dating site or app, and for adults under 30, that number rises above 50%. So dating is still happening, but a huge share of people report negative experiences, burnout, and frustration with the process. Even with many users saying they want serious long-term relationships, the experience itself is wearing people down. And that is the key point. Men are not checking out because they do not want connection. A lot of them probably do. But the system they are entering feels draining, overly transactional, and full of disappointment. So even in a world where more people are technically available than ever through apps, the actual experience still pushes people toward detachment instead of commitment.
Dating in 2026 is so ghetto, and I'm going to continue standing 10 toes on that until I'm proven otherwise. So I was having a conversation with my girlfriends, and just to give you guys context, I am 29 years old. I've been single for 6 years. I have no kids. I have a career. I am at a place in my life where I'm dating to marry, but I've given dating a pause just because of the challenges that I've been having when it comes to dating. So we were having a conversation about my dating life, and what I've come to conclusion is that the younger men are the sweetest men ever, but they're still figuring out their life. And I am not there. Like I said, I'm dating to marry. So young men are out, and I've dated men my age that just like to play games. They don't even know how to set up a date. They are very inconsistent. It's just bad. So men my age, they're just a waste of time.
Another example of women saying men are unserious, unorganized, and unable to lead. But what makes it interesting is how often that complaint comes from women who never stop to ask whether the men they keep choosing are reflecting their own decisions, preferences, and past patterns. It is easier to say men are failing than to ask why the same kind of outcome keeps repeating. The real story here is not just that men are checking out, it is why they are checking out. More and more men seem to believe modern dating asks for too much, gives too little back, and punishes the very behaviors women claim they want. Approach her, but only if she likes you. Provide for her, but do not expect too much in return. Plan the date, lead the interaction, stay confident, be consistent, and somehow never make a mistake. After a while, a lot of men look at that and decide their time is better spent elsewhere. So women can keep calling men scared, inconsistent, or low effort. But from the male side, this often looks like a rational response to a one-sided dating culture. And that is the thought-provoking part. Women are upset that men are pulling back, but many men would say they are not pulling back from love. They are pulling back from a system that no longer feels worth the cost.